The first weekend of the Premier League season produced a dramatic turn of events. Chelsea suffering a 3-2 defeat at the hands of Burnley. Who saw that coming? On the other hand, Tottenham Hotspur recording a 2-0 victory over Newcastle United. My name is Benedict Ngwenya from Soccer Betting News, and I'm joined by Chad Nagel.
Chelsea take on Tottenham at Wembley Stadium on Sunday in what is sure to be a mouth-watering clash. It's the Premier League champions against last season's runners-up. Spurs are favourites at 19-20, the draw is 5-2, and Chelsea are 26-10.
So, Chad, I'm very excited. It's the very first London derby of this season, and Chelsea must be excited that they're not playing at White Hart Lane this time around. They're playing at Wembley.
I think every team that play against Spurs will be happy not to be playing at White Hart Lane. Well, especially Chelsea. They failed to win there in their last 4 visits, while Mauricio Pochettino's side went unbeaten on their patch last season, winning 17 of their 19 matches.
And that's what I've always said about White Hart Lane. I said it's always going to feel like an away game for Tottenham Hotspur, which can be a huge disadvantage to their title ambitions this season.
But also, Benedict, Spurs are playing their games at Wembley. We know their record. Spurs have suffered 7 defeats in their last 10 matches at Wembley, including that 4-2 defeat against Chelsea in the FA Cup back in April.
It's very hectic, so let's have a look at the starting lineups to see how both coaches have decided to set up from the tactical point of view. The Tottenham Hotspur's manager, Mauricio Pochettino, is always known for trying to counter Antonio Conte's 3-4-3 formation whenever they come up against each other. So I'm expecting him to start Hugo Lloris in goals and then go with the 3-man defense of Eric Dyer, Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld. And in midfield, it has to be Victor Wanyama and Moussa Dembele, the 2 wing-backs, Ben Davies and Trippier. And up front, he's going to have Christian Eriksen, Harry Kane and Dele Alli.
That is a very strong Spurs side, Benedict. I'm actually concerned for Chelsea because they're actually in a crisis. Conte is likely to play with these 3-4-3 formation. Thibaut Courtois will start in goal. And Andreas Christensen might be in the middle of a 3-man defence with Antonio Rudiger on the left side and Cesar Azpilicueta on the right side. And the 4 midfielders will be Victor Moses as a wing-back. Marcus Alonso will play on the left side, and N'Golo Kante is likely to play with David Luiz in the centre of the pitch. Now, up front, Pedro, we said he's a doubt, but I think Conte might force him to play. If not, Chelsea could go with Jeremy Boga, who made his debut against Burnley last weekend. Willian will operate on the right side of attack, and I'm expecting Alvaro Morata to lead the line up front. Looking at that Chelsea side, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, this is one thing I've always said about Chelsea. They look very thin for cover. And now with Bakayoko out injured, Hazard out injured, Fabregas suspended, Matic now playing for United. They have to play David Luiz in midfield, who is a defender. He's playing as a makeshift midfielder. For me, against the likes of Dembele's of this world, against the likes of Wanyama, against the likes of Eriksen, who likes to drift infield and drop deep to try and create numerical advantage in the central areas and also find spaces between the lines, he's going to struggle.
I agree. I think Luiz would prefer playing in defence, but I'm not too concerned about that for Chelsea because David Luiz has played in central midfield before. He's played in that position for Chelsea in the Champions League against PSG. But I'm more concerned about their backline. That's 2 changes to Chelsea's rock-solid defence of last season because we've got Antonio Rudiger coming in and Andreas Christensen. Those 2 have never played together and I think the defence is more of a concern. Like if Chelsea can hold the midfield and play for a draw, I think that's, given the position they're in, they wouldn't mind leaving Wembley with the point.
I don't know. What do you think? Against the likes of Harry Kane, against the likes of Dele Alli, do you think that defense can be able to hold their own? Will they be resolute enough to actually keep them at bay and not allow them to score? Let us know. Please, you can leave your comment below. And as far as the bookmakers are concerned, as far as Hollywoodbets is concerned, the odds are heavily stacked against Chelsea.
Yeah, because Chelsea are 26-10. That's the 26-10 for the Premier League champions. I don't think the bookies have got that one wrong, though. I think Spurs are favourites at 19-20. They should be favourites. And I just think with Chelsea having so many players missing and like a weakened defence, we saw their bench, we saw Kennedy, we saw Kyle Scott on the bench. It's just Chelsea are too thin. That's why they're probably trying to, there's talk of them coming in with an improved bid for Danny Drinkwater. But even if they complete that deal in time, he's unfit or injured. So
Chelsea light for cover, Spurs having their full strength squad for the match. I say Spurs win this one.
I agree with you, Benedict. Spurs should win this match. I think Spurs would be disappointed with anything less than victory.